first of all, I opened the speech every year. I gave a speech at the rap party. It always opened the same.
Right.
Whatever season it was. Two seasons, and we still don't suck.
All right.
So this year opened with, 6 seasons, and we don't suck,
Right.
That's big. Because that's, it's not lost on me. That's not how it works in show business. No, in this town, they either kick you off or, people forget you're on the air. One of those two things.
Yeah.
I think you might have had both happen to you.
Yeah, I have. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if I was sober at this point, I'd take great offense. You bought Jeff a toilet, like a fancy toilet?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Why did you buy him a fancy toilet?
Why not?
Okay. Then where's my fancy toilet?
I
think that begs the question.
Coming right up.
Yeah.
What kind of toilet was like when you went over for dinner?
Yeah.
Like instead of a bottle of wine.
You brought a toilet.
It's a toilet.
When you said, where's my fancy toilet, I was about to say, you have a show.
Yeah.
But no, I was like...
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes!
Direct.
There it is.
That was a direct Gyllenhaal hit. You also went to Spain, where I'm told that you heard the voice of the person who dubs your movies in Spain.
I heard my Spanish self for the first time, and we were doing a talk show like this, but in Spanish, and I heard the voice and was just like, it's so high pitched and different from my own voice. It was, you could do it. It's, if we burn, you burn with us. It's so high pitched. If we burn, you burn with us. Do it.
I'm very offended, but I do want that gig. Before we go, I just want to ask you how your lovely wife is. Love her. Beautiful woman.
It's like we never have the small talk conversation.
All right.
If you really wanted to know, you say, how did you meet your wife?
How'd you meet your wife?
See, that's important. That makes me think you care about me. Well, thank you, Conan. I met her. I was going to do a friend's talk show pilot. Didn't go anywhere. Don't worry about it. And I was a guest on it. And my wife was sitting in the
That was my show, you ass.
Oh. Like I said, it didn't go anywhere.
But you know what I was interested in is that I saw you just before you were all leaving, and then I started to see pictures. You were all going to do that event, and then literally get on a plane and go all around the world to promote Anchorman 2. And I started to see these pictures of you at different premieres, like in London. Gorgeous picture of you at the London premiere. Absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
But then I saw that picture, and I thought, that's so beautiful. But then this is how the picture was picked up in the British newspapers. Yes. Look at that.
Inbreds in the Outback.
Yeah, no, that had nothing to do with you. They just happened to put your picture.
No, but I was really confused because it said that, inbreds in the Outback, and then underneath it said, like, a doctor who was, like, doing horrible things to his patients, and there's no mention of the premiere on there whatsoever.
They just put that picture in there.
That, and then 50% off, something like that. Someone asked me to sign that when I was in London, and I was like, oh, I need to get a copy of this.
Yeah.
This is going into the
What's happened to all of us
now.
where you've had, I've had like a picture of me at some event, and then they just put it somewhere in an unimportant magazine, but then the headline, which is for a different article, will say, there are too many idiots in America. And it's me going like that.
I think, I'm sorry, sweetie, I think that was your headline.
I did read it, and it was a lot about me, yeah.
Sting a little bit.
It's gonna sting a lot. All right.
I'm good. How are you? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to
You
you.
have a little Christmas thing going on.
It's my Christmas time.
Oh, it's so cute.
I just went insane for a little bit. Yeah, I always...
It's edible. How lovely.
Yeah, it's made of spun sugar. There's a few other things in there, too. No, it's... What's weird about Christmas is that it's suddenly this license for people to wear things that they know make them look like a jackass, but it's okay because it's Christmas.
Right, so it's Christmas for you almost all the time, isn't it? Okay. I always like to start off... Now, come on, it's how we start.
Why do you do
It's
it?
a love thing.
Why do you hurt me like that?
Because that hair is just irresistible.
It's crazy.
It's crazy hair.
It goes on with Velcro.
I think I'm in the mood for like an accent, maybe like an English or an Irish. I like Irishmen.
Do you like Irish guys?
Not your type, but like the. No, not That was me. That was me.
That's nice.
Consoling you.
We got a great one for you tonight. We have a veteran broadcaster here on the show. This man intimidates me. He does the NBC Nightly News, and he is, of course, Mr. Tom Brokaw. He's on the show. About it, Tom Brokaw. He's also one of what People Magazine's 50 most beautiful people. When they expand that list to 500, I'll be joining. I hope I didn't embarrass you with the 50 most beautiful people that I mentioned up front.
No, but People Magazine called instantly, and they said they'd have to expand it to 2,500, not 500 for you to get on the list.
I'll be all right. Well, what's that like when you're, I mean, you know, I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to...
You want I should hit him, Bob?
Now, Al, explain how you ended up here, because a lot of people say, why is Al Goldstein coming on the most prestigious and popular late-night show in history? Bear with me. You should tell people how it happened.
I will tell the truth. Truly, Conan, first of all, no one else called. One. Number two, I was at Beach, one of my favorite restaurants.
Nice restaurant.
Nice restaurant. Noel Stein, the manager, dear friend, says Conan O'Brien is at the bar. I said, he's Irish. Redundancy. Of course he's at the bar. So I send you over my card.
I was not at the bar.
You were under the bar. And I send over a card saying I will perform oral sex on you if you book me. You came running over with your lean, 6'4" Irish body saying that's the best offer I ever had. In fact, it's the only offer you ever had.
I have a very sad life.
It's a lonely Irish guy. And I said, I'll even have your child in Hawaii. And we booked a hotel suite. And the next day I get a call. The question is, why was your staff so dumb never to have booked me before?
Well, you're here now. That's the important thing.
I love it. And I will have your baby.
All right, well, let's talk about, we have to educate people and not alienate them.
Yes, that's not.
Who reads the magazine? Who reads Screw? Describe the Screw reader.
The average Screw reader is the Conans of the world. Uptight Irish people who don't know what sex is. You once read about it in James Joyce. Yeah. You remember the Molly Bloom soliloquy. You know a couple of dirty words. Yeah. But the bottom line is, you are the people who, when you make love, those rare moments when you have a hooker who says yes, you unscrew the bulb because you don't want to have sex in the light. Jews are exhibitionists. We put floodlights in. And you know it. You are inept and inadequate. No, Conan.
I'm so glad I had you on.
You're 6 foot.
I gotta troll around in restaurants more often.
Yeah, you're 6'4", hovering over, waiting for oral sex offerings. No, it's pathetic. And you know what the real bottom?
Yeah.
Conan, the bottom line is, when this show is canceled, you have a girlfriend now. She'll dump you so fast. You are a lonely Irish guy. You will be masturbating yourself to sleep, and it's true. And your hand will fall asleep. Even further rejection. You know that. Your own hand rebels at touching your body. You know why?
Man, you have just...
Conan, maybe this
is clearing my sinuses. This is just such a strong dose.
No, after 31 years, I'm finally on late night TV. Maybe that's why I was never booked before. Because I'm a foul-mouthed vulgarian.
I come out, and it's my trademark. I tend to maybe jump around a little bit. What do you really think about it?
I think you're making a fool of yourself. But I can't knock it. You come up with about $8 million. A truck backs up every night. Puts the money in. Says that moron jumps up and down. Check it.
Yes.
I'm doing something normal, and I'm looking for Thursday.
Now, what do you think of the?
Don't get it on me. This crowd's great. They're all a bunch of young kids in the front going, "We're staying up late." God. What an audience. We stay up late for Conan.
My core demographic, there were 11, most of these guys.
Don't jump in, Conan. I don't need that. Don't jump in, okay?
Now, I want to talk
to you... How much longer?
I paid for the full hour. I'm getting the full hour.
No, you're great. You're great.